Welcome back to Diskydisk episode 46, recorded on the 17th of January 2023.
Every time. The tiniest each like,
Yeah, and this time we're talking about the big topic that I've been burning to talk about for an entire week. This is so exciting. And you were not impressed.
It's interesting, but I'm not impressed. So are you not going to say what the topic is? It's just going to be a surprise.
Listen to the Diskydisk.
It's just exciting.
It's exciting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Coconut video. There's going to be a lot of videos about a lot of things on Discord for people. There's also, we talk about TV series and movies for a while, which we seem to talk about a little bit all the time, but it's good. This time it's good. Normally it's not good, but this time it's good.
Yeah. We talk about the blind and deaf Helen Keller.
Yeah. And
the big question of today is, do animals have a sense of humor? And we go deep into that, actually.
And then it just says girl horse pregnant videos.
You have a thing to say about whales?
I do.
And a lot of the podcast is about the tribes and stuff.
Yeah, and school camp.
Mm-hmm. And a bird in the pocket. And quick ones. And am I the asshole?
It's good stuff.
It's all good stuff.
Okay, and enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for just being here. Really.
You're welcome. Actually.
Okay.
What? Wait, try that again. That was bad.
Welcome back.
Progress.
Feedback.
Wait, hold on. Podcast recording.
You guys do realize that you have to comment on the YouTube section of the podcast so that we have feedback. This time we have 5 feedback.
5 feedback.
Yeah.
I like how in the pinned comment you wrote, "Sorry, my mic was low," and then somebody was like, "It was." Nobody noticed.
Oh, Fernando Sanchez. Thank you.
Fernando. Isn't that the name of the cow from that Disney short?
I know it's an ABBA song. Fernando.
Okay. But don't you know the cow from the thing? The cow from the, the little, like a lazy ox who doesn't want to be a big bad ox, so he sleeps under a tree all day and smells flowers.
Which movie was that? Oh, yeah, Fernando.
The little old Disney.
Wow.
Like short.
Very good.
Episode. Thank you.
Very good.
I'm like, thank you, as if I made it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nathan said, how often do you wipe?
All the time.
It's a quote from Misha, because the wipe, as in wiping in World of Warcraft, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
E. Medina says, mobile games make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then Diskydisk wrote terrible stuff. That was me, probably.
Terrible stuff.
Dot.
I mean, let the people make money if they want to make money. I mean, technically, it's the people. The problem of the people. Don't spend 100,000 on Candy Crush. Problem solved.
Yeah, Candy Crush. Do you want to read feedback?
Kevin Merrill said, "American," in quotations, "Americans are all assholes and ours are usually full of shit." There was several people who focused on the fact that I said Americans are all assholes.
Because it came out of nowhere. I listened to the podcast and you were like in the middle of nothing, said Americans are assholes. It's like, where did that even come from?
It was related to Americans.
Something in your mind.
I don't remember what happened last week.
I was surprised by that too.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it was contextual somehow.
Like blah blah blah, the origin of the soul. Yeah, American. Okay, moving on. Very good.
Yeah.
But I believe maybe some of them are.
Maybe.
There are assholes all over the globe. But
True.
You know what? There's one place there's no assholes.
Okay.
Which leads me to my topic of today. Are we done with feedback? Was that all? I just want to talk about my topic. I have a topic.
Okay, let's talk about your topic.
But do we have more feedback?
Don't know.
Karina says, so happy to hear a new episode of the Ladies podcast. I miss you so much. You do impact people's lives, Isha. What do you think of the Diofield Chronicle game? I've not played it. I'm curious to play. Tiny, please continue with the stories. I laugh a lot with them. Heart.
What stories?
Just in general? The stories in general.
Just in general, all the stories. Okay, gotcha.
The stories about Americans being assholes.
I really like doing Am I the Asshole? all. So if those are the stories you mean, good, because I love it.
Yeah, that's probably the stories, yeah, because that is fun.
It is fun. I like it.
It's funny.
Funny.
Okay, Angel Shell says the P case. If the lady had been intelligent, that's the case. That's the case.
Yep.
And considerate, she would have asked the guy to swap places and explain to him that she is tired and needs to sleep. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, that's what he said, that she didn't want to change. So he asked her, and she was like, no.
She was the asshole.
Yeah.
Plot twist. She was the asshole.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Topic.
Yeah.
Topic.
Well, you and your topic that you're excited to talk.
I've been thinking about one thing for the entire week. This has been my life. Okay.
Hold on. Jeg syns fortsatt du litt lav, men så skal det være sagt at jeg ganske døv.
She said my microphone is low again.
I'm deaf, though, admittedly. Yeah. I mean, I do have, like, to be fair, there's something wrong with my headset. Like, the twisty thing that you're supposed to adjust the volume on the string wire is broken. And I always have everything turned up to max because I'm an old lady.
Okay. Ladies.
Okay, ladies. Anyway.
One thing the entire week. Am I too loud now? Jesus.
Well, I mean, I don't think so, but let's see what happens for the rest of the episode.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
The topic is North Sentinel Island. Have you heard about this island?
No.
It's Google it while I explain. This is an island that is isolated from the entire world. It is down there by the Indian Ocean, deep out there in the Indian Ocean. No one is going there and no one has left, sort of thing. It's not the lost island, but it could have just as well could have been.
Aren't all islands separated from other lands?
No, this is super separated.
I mean, he decides what the mainland is.
Yeah, I know, right? This is the mainland for the people that live on North Sentinel Island. Okay. So the thing is, there is a tribe that lives on this island. Mm-hmm. You've heard this story?
I mean, I googled it and looked at pictures, and there's this picture of these tribal people on the ground pointing up at an airplane or whatever they drove past in. And I've seen that picture before, so, you know.
Famous picture. Okay. I watched all the videos, all the documentaries, all the things. This is an island that no one from our civilized world has stepped on. There was some cases, but they were terrible. I will talk about them also. But the thing is, these are people that are a group of people from the first human beings from Africa 60,000 years ago. Scientists are saying that this tribe has been isolated from the outside world for 60,000 years. They have their own language, which no one knows. We cannot communicate with them.
Well, you can wave your hands and say hello, point at yourself and say, Isha,
how are you?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
That's how people learn languages. They point at a potato and they say potato. And then the other person points at the potato and says, pomme de terre, and then you speak French.
Anyway. Absolutely. We should visit them and learn things. But the thing is, they hate everyone from the outside.
I mean, the same. I should go live there.
Yeah, you should. Yep. Okay, so, but they're so interesting. And I read the entire Wikipedia article. There was some very intelligent man that went there with the ship in the 18th century, but I don't know if it is in 18 something. Isn't that called the 19th century? I don't get that. Why do people say the 19th century? Because they started that century, but it is within the 18th century.
Because it's the first century isn't, well, it is a century, but like the first century doesn't count. It's like how you say the founding generation of something, and then the next generation is the first generation, you know. If you're an immigrant, you move to a country, you know, Norway, their children are first generation immigrants, so it's the first century. In
Norway, when it happened in 1814, we say the 18th century, but some places
we don't say we don't say the 18th century. We say in the 1800s. In the 1800s is the English equivalent of saying that.
Now I get it.
Yep.
The 1800s and the 18th century.
Mm-hmm. It's much easier to say in the 1800s.
So the 18th century is in the 1700s. That's so freaking confusing.
That's how we're in the 21st century, even though we're in the 2000s.
And I'm like, we're not even there yet.
Because the first century isn't the century. It's like what you would maybe... It's like how, you know, in English,
I know.
they say the ground floor, and then the first floor is what we would call the second floor. We would say first floor, second floor. I think we talked about this when we talked about balcony versus veranda versus terrace, whatever.
Oh, this is the same discussion as packing down and packing up.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, remember that? When I said we are moving, I'm packing down my things because I'm packing them down into the boxes. But some places, some people say, I'm packing up my apartment.
Yeah, because you're packing up and leaving.
That is what I do when I have moved. I'm packing it up.
But then you're packing out.
Oh God. Okay, whatever. These people are amazing.
Can I link you this picture, by the way, from Google? Because this is definitely going on episode related. Look at this second person from the right. Look at that beautiful situation.
First, I gotta figure out which way is right because I don't know the.
Well, either way, both like the second person from both sides. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at those ballerina legs.
Yeah, they're trying to intimidate the people.
I have no idea who the guy on the left. I have no idea who he is, but the tribal people are absolutely fantastic in this picture. I will link on Discord.
Who's that Caucasian?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Caucasian guy, that was a big word.
Okay, don't link him in the related. He's not
British
related.
Tourists wants to travel to North Sentinel Island. So I guess
he wants to? Well,
that's a British tourist
join the ranks. I also want to.
I would want to go to Mars.
But... Yeah, I want to go to North Sentinel Island first. Okay, so listen up.
You're just gonna get murdered. Anyway, carry on.
I know it. I know. Okay, so in the 1800s, a brilliant man went there and he kidnapped 2 elderly and 4 children, and he took them back to civilization. And guess what happened?
He enslaved them.
No, the 2 elderly died immediately of sickness because they have no immunity for mainland freaking chaos, viruses, bacteria, whatever.
There's an article here that says the world's most isolated tribe is known to engage in beach orgies as a response to any form of communication.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah.
That's what I do when somebody tries to communicate.
I know.
I just partake in an orgy.
But here's the thing. They have their own ways, their own laws, their own language. They have not been influenced by anything other than their own tribe. Isn't this interesting? If this isn't interesting, I don't know what is. In 1991, an anthropologist went there and gave them coconuts. That is a video that you can actually look up on YouTube.
I see a screenshot of them with coconuts on the beach.
That's one of the instances where no one was killed.
It was after they finished the orgy, obviously.
But no one was killed in that. So that is a beautiful video. Everyone should watch that. That is going to go up in the related in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting? Okay. In 1918, in 2018, actually recently. Never mind. Yeah, actually recently, a Christian missionary, went there illegally. He bribed some fishermen to take him to the island,
and he died.
Yeah, absolutely, because he went up there on the beach and preached Jesus stuff like "I love you" and "Jesus loves you," because he was on a mission in his life, in his own mind,
as you do. Yes,
that he was going to save them to Christianity. And he went out there 3 days in a row, and the tribesmen, they looked funnily at him at first and were like, what is up with this guy that's coming here? And the thing is, they killed him on the 3rd day because
they were sick of his shit.
They were so sick of his shit.
Good.
Okay, so here's my question. If you were trying to befriend these people, what would you bring to them?
Nothing, because I wouldn't try to befriend these people. There are other tribes in the world that are not like as this is. I think the only one. Yeah, this is the only one we know about that's like completely isolated from everybody else.
Yeah, but on an island. Yeah,
you should leave them alone.
Yeah. That's the thing. They are under India's rules, jurisdiction, whatever, and they have put down a law that no one is to enter the island, no one is to approach it even.
Yep.
At all. It's illegal. And that is for the safety of the people going there and for the safety of the tribe, because they cannot be contaminated with our pathogens.
Yeah. I don't actually I'm not that I'm not enthusiastic about your newfound enthusiasm for North Sentinel Island, but I don't really think it's that impressive. It's just an accident.
How?
Because it's just an accident that they haven't like decided to make a boat and sail to India, or that people at some point in history were like, yeah, let's go to that island. That looks fun. They just decided not to. It's just random RNG accident that nobody. It's not like they've had this agreement not to like, not like in year 900 they were like, see that island over there, let's never go there and see what happens 1,000 years from now.
60,000 years from now.
In the year 900, is that 60,000 years ago?
No, but like scientists says there are from the first wave of humans.
Well, so is everybody.
Yeah, so I know everyone comes from Africa at some point.
Yeah. So
okay, so I've been reading in forums and someone is saying, is it correct of us to not give them things and include them in our privileges?
I mean, think of all the things we don't think of all the things we don't give each other. Think of all the African, countries we didn't give the COVID vaccine to. People are in general very good at not giving each other anything. So why would we give them anything?
I would bring them a picture book.
Why?
Of the world, and I would give them a Globus.
Why don't you bring the internet to North Korea instead? That seems like a more worthwhile idea.
The internet.
Yes.
So that they can listen to Diskydisk.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what I mean. That's why I don't think it's really that impressive. Like, people have at some point, we've all at some point been super isolated from each other. I mean, there are examples of this all over the world of like a more squiggly fingers advanced civilization arriving somewhere where there is a more tribal squiggly fingers not as far along technologically civilization.
That's
Africa,
a lot of squiggly
the Native
fingers.
Americans, the Maori in New Zealand, the Aborigines in Australia. This has been happening for as long as humans have been existing. At some point we're going to meet each other and be like, hey, what I have is better than what you have. Why don't you use this thing? It's just an accident that we haven't gone to this place. And now they're like, okay, we shouldn't, because they're having a good time. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, they are independent.
We've just learned from our previous mistakes. It was never a good idea to go to Africa. I mean, look what happened. 1,000 years of slavery. We don't need to do that again.
Yeah.
Sorry, America.
And we're back to Americans are assholes.
Well, at that point, that was not exactly the most. It wasn't just the Americans; it was also the British. But whatever. Anyway, let's not talk about slavery.
Yeah, look at the Viking history. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. But I like them.
Okay, good. I'm happy for you.
I like them.
I mean, I think the only thing that would be interesting is to know more about them.
Yeah, I know. No one has flown a drone over their place.
Though, that the reason they don't, like helicopters and whatever, like some of these pictures that they have of them, like that one really famous one from above, and like the people are standing there staring up.
Yeah, the helicopter was going to retrieve a dead body.
Yeah, they were like, what the fuck is that? They're going to be like, what is this heavenly thing? It's like when they invented Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right?
So they're going to form a religion around a helicopter, and that's going to be a good time for them.
Yeah, I know.
So
okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I'm just saying it's not that impressive.
You're not easily impressed.
Oh, not by this, at least.
Okay, but it is my obsession of the week, and I recommend everyone to Google this stuff and look up the videos.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any videos except for the coconut video?
Yeah, there was a team of National Geographic explorers trying to make a documentary called Man in Search of Man. You can find that clip also, but it ended with the director getting an arrow in the knee. Not even a joke.
Nice. And maybe that's where the reference comes from.
Yeah, they turned around and was like, they don't want to have visitors.
Well, no.
They do not want anyone to visit them.
Like, one thing that I would really like to know, if we were going to learn anything about this group of people who are living isolated from whatever, this is like the thing we talked about last week about like how did cultures on opposite sides of the planet both think of giants. I was about to say giants, but I meant dragons, for example, or giants, which was also a thing.
Yeah.
Why have this tribe of people decided to wear like underwear, for lack of a better word? Like in this picture of them from above with the like hut, and they're all staring up at the helicopter being like, what the hell? They're all, and with the picture of them on the beach, they're all covering their private parts.
No, they're not. Not in 1991. If you
in
look
this
at
picture,
that
but in this picture, they are.
Okay, maybe.
So I guess they changed from 1899, whatever.
They changed so much.
They changed so much since it became famous. They were like, oh god, this helicopter. Put your underwear on. Hurry.
But they have like a band around their waist and
Well,
something.
like I said, for lack of a better word, underwear, like a loincloth. Why are they covering their private parts being the point?
But they didn't in 1991. But I don't know. I don't know.
Well, maybe they selectively do, but in these two pictures
maybe
they are.
They saw the missionary guy. He was wearing clothes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It'd be interesting to know why they are, because that's,
Yeah,
arguably...
that's what I mean. I want to know everything. My curiosity is exploding at this point.
I mean, because, modern humans, well, not modern today, we do it so that we don't get cold, for example. But like when they invented clothing, they were like, God doesn't like it when you show your private parts. Don't do that. And therefore, today we have bras, So why have they decided to put something over? Why they're not wearing shirts is what I mean. Like, why are they just covering their penises and vaginas, I suppose?
See, you're interested too.
I'm not saying I'm uninterested. I'm just saying it's not impressive.
North Sentinel Island. Well, the island looks gorgeous though. It's 6 kilometers wide and lengthwise. 7, I mean. Very good.
Yeah. There are very many pretty islands in the world, though. It's also not very impressive.
You're not impressed with anything.
Not with this particular thing. I'm sorry. It's not that impressive. It's interesting. They're super interesting tribe, and I would love to know everything about them. But it's not impressive.
We know nothing of them. That is what explodes my curiosity. We know nothing.
I know. I'm just saying it's not impressive. Interesting, yes. Impressive, no.
It's so good. And this is happening now in our lifetime, I
know, but it shows a lot about the egocentrical nature of modern man to think that this is amazing.
Yeah, I know. That is also
so the fact that you're so impressed by it
is
only
also
really means that it just means that you're an asshole modern woman. That's all it
means. No.
Sort of.
No.
Sort of. Yeah, there are plenty of societies that are less, technologically advanced than, say, Norway.
But these people, they don't know of the technological advancement.
There are plenty of people in the world who don't know about it.
Oh yeah, I have a video. I actually have a video that I'm gonna put in the references. Remind me after the podcast. And that is of an anthropologist, which means going and finding tribes sort of person, in the 70s. And he went into a deep jungle of sorts. I don't remember where. I think it was in Brazil or Peru, somewhere there. And he met a tribe that was a very small tribe because they just went out of a war with another tribe.
So this sounds familiar. This sounds familiar. Carry on.
Yeah. And he made a little shelter there. Only him and his cameraman. And they were there and they gained the trust of the tribe. And with no language, only body language, they realized that they were no threat. They were not dangerous to them. And then he showed them matches,
Yeah.
Think of that. Isn't that wonderful? You have the power of fire in your hands. And they were so stunned by that. One of the tribesmen were like, I don't believe this, shaking his head sort of thing, touching the flame, burning himself, and he was awestruck. How does this even happen? Matches.
Isolation? I mean, you'd have to look into like the history of the world. How did we invent anything?
Yeah. And they had never seen a white man before either. They were touching his skin like, what the hell is this?
That's also a super common occurrence that's been happening.
But it's such a good video. This is actually a good video. So that is going up on Discord.
Okay.
Oh. It's so interesting.
It is interesting. I do enjoy it. Okay. I just don't think it's impressive.
Maybe we should move on to another topic. But that was my obsession.
Unless you have something more to add about, do you know any other situations?
Yeah, another situation, and I can link this video also. So that is probably going to be 3 videos in total on Discord later. Join the Discord, everyone. And that is of a tribe that was brought into society. And,
that sounds familiar too.
Yeah. Oh, you have been on this YouTube watch list also, maybe.
Been on this YouTube adventure.
Yeah, and these people had a language that was very similar to another tribe's language, which these civilization people, the people that brought the clothes and stuff, they could communicate with this tribe, actually. And like a year later, after they joined civilization sort of thing, they asked him, what was the things that you missed the most while you were a small tribe? hunter-gatherer in the woods naked. He said, and to my surprise, he said clothing was the thing that he enjoyed the most at first.
Well, that's not really that weird.
The fabric of clothes, having clothes on your body. He said, I will never go naked again. He said, I love clothes.
Good. You can become a fashion designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things we take for granted.
The thing about languages definitely isn't the most impressive part, though, because literally what you do when you meet somebody who doesn't speak the same language as you and you don't have anything in common is literally you point at things and say book, and then they point at it and say book, and then you agree, and then
book.
Movie recommendation.
And then you agree.
Yeah, movie recommendation. Actually, I don't remember what year this is from. Probably like the movie isn't from.
What year is it?
The movie is set, I think, in the 1700s. Not that I'm not citation needed. But have you seen The Last Samurai?
No.
That's a good movie about American people who are not assholes. Sorry. It's they go to help.
Okay,
the
put
Japanese...
that in references so I can check it out later.
They go to Japan to help squiggly fingers the Japanese with their war of some description, and in the process of starting a modern war with guns and whatever, they're like muskets and shit, they are really pissing off the samurais who want to live like the traditional samurai super cool Ghost of Tsushima lifestyle. And then they kidnap, or they they capture this one American soldier played by Tom Cruise, and he lives with this samurai tribe and gets to know their customs, and he learns their language by them pointing at things and saying what it is, and then he becomes on their side to protect the samurai culture.
Nice.
It's a whole thing. It's a good movie.
That's my type of movie. I will watch it.
The Last Samurai.
Cute. Good.
Very good.
Transition and then another topic.
Okay.
Okay. Enjoy.
It's a good year. High quality year.
You have something.
I do have something. Can we do the first one first, because it's a short story? There's a giant COVID outbreak.
Where?
95%, and I do mean 95% of our patients at work have this very recently had COVID.
Oh no.
I was at work this weekend and we had 11 people in isolation still, and we have 22 patients.
Oh no.
So
how did it get in?
Somebody when a man and a woman loves each other.
Terrible question, because I don't even know how I got my last COVID.
You touched something that somebody who was infected by COVID also touched, and then you put
that's a terrible question.
Hand in your mouth.
It's surprisingly easy to get it. Yeah.
Well,
terrible though. How are you doing?
I'm pretty sure that the flu I had recently was COVID, and that's why I'm not getting it now. Because
I said, I've take a test?
I didn't have any more at home, and I couldn't be bothered going out tomorrow.
You definitely had COVID then for the second time around, which I also had.
Well, what you don't know can't hurt you.
When was my last COVID? November, I think.
It was started December sometime.
Yeah, and you got it
just after the New Year.
Yeah,
I got sick on the 1st of January.
Yeah, you didn't get it from me then.
But obviously it started with either a family member of somebody. We have confirmation of somebody's family visiting while they had just had COVID, so they might have been infectious already.
Oh yeah.
And or somebody who works there was infected and went.
But how bad is it?
It's actually not that bad. Everybody's doing well. Nobody has died. So they're surprisingly unsick. So you know.
So what is the age range of the patients? Aren't they over 80?
I think most of them are over 90. I think we only have like 1 or 2 people under 90.
But you know what? My first COVID, more than a year ago, that was really rough. But my last
Virgin COVID.
Virgin COVID. The second COVID wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think the virus has been less bad?
Well, yeah, it has become less. But I think when we both had it in around the same time, it was like a week between the first time, the Virgin COVID. That was when that super, super bad one was around. Yeah. Whichever Greek alphabet letter, they assign that one.
Yeah, sure. Lord.
So
Alpha, Delta, whatever.
Yeah. So now it's something else. It's just the media stopped going on about it. So now we don't know what's going on.
They stopped naming the new
they stopped naming them. They were just like, whatever.
Too many mutations. They're not getting names anymore.
But everyone's doing really well. Like
That's good.
We have one patient who has like COPD and asthma, and even they're doing like fine. So
yeah.
It's
so
like
you guys did tests.
We have to test if you mean the patients,
Yeah.
So
okay, but it's good that it isn't bad.
Yeah, except it means we have to wear masks at work which is a total waste because there are no national or local government
law.
Well, not laws, but restrictions on what you have to do, like mask, not mask, whatever. So when our boss decides, okay, there's COVID going around, everybody has to wear masks at work, that is just for us. They don't tell the family members of patients you have to wear masks if you're going to visit. So we're walking around in masks, and then Jane's daughter-in-law comes to visit and just like makes out with her before she leaves, and there's no restriction because I don't know if it's because they can't or because they won't or because they're stupid, but it's just so pointless.
I guess it would make sense to protect the people that are not infected yet.
Well, it would make sense to tell the family members of patients also to wear masks, but nobody's doing that. So,
you could do it. Tell them.
No.
Hand them out there.
Even when we had to, even when everybody had to wear masks, sometimes people would come and not wear masks, and somebody had to tell them to put masks on, and it was always awkward.
Oh, yeah. So. We're so over the masks.
Oh, yeah.
How do you breathe in the mask like for 8 hours straight?
Well, I mean, you take it off when you're not around anybody. So... But I have to bring my own masks because the cheap masks that the municipality deigns to buy to the nursing homes are so like rough around the like strings that you put behind your ears that I get like nog sod behind my ears. So I have to bring my own mask.
Yeah.
So rip.
How about Okay.
So that's the COVID.
That's the COVID.
That's the COVID. Yeah. The coronavirus.
Yeah. Virus. You have another topic actually. Currently on your mind. 1899. So
yes.
What happened in that year?
Well, they invented the flashlight apparently, but that's not what I wanted to say.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That was the year they invented the flashlight. Okay, next topic. No, because you've been watching Lost. There's this show on Netflix called 1899, which reminds me a lot about Lost. So I thought I'd tell you about it. You can watch it because we're currently watching it. I'm sure, spoiler alert to anybody who hasn't seen Lost, I'm sure they're in limbo. Like,
what is that?
Where they are in Lost, like between heaven and hell, they're like, in limbo. So maybe. It's good though. They're on a ship and then shit starts happening and it's good.
So that is a series that's called 1899.
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yeah. Okay. It's a mini series. It's only 8 episodes.
Okay. So. And you're saying that it reminds you of Lost and that you recommend it.
Yeah. And not just because they're lost at sea, because they're on a ship.
Okay. Yeah.
And also because like the thing I really like about it, because I'm a nerd, is that it's made so good because it's a ship in 1899 obviously. They're going to America from Europe, and the crew of the ship is German. There are some English people on the ship. There's a couple of Spanish people who turn out to be Portuguese but also speak Spanish. There's like a giant group of Danish people with some Norwegian and Swedish people sprinkled in. There's Chinese people who speak Japanese also, sort of, and some French people. And a Polish guy. Ooh. And all of these people speak in their languages, in the like, not like the whole show is subtitled, but like they can't speak English. So when the 2 Chinese people are talking to each other, they speak in Chinese. When the Danish people are speaking to each other, they speak in Danish. And like from a creation of a TV show point of view, like how impressive is that? That they got like a bunch of actors who like from these countries who
that
like
is impressive.
Native Danish people who like, because they're all Danish actors, and like then they got somebody who speaks Danish to direct these people, and then they got somebody who speaks Spanish to direct those people. They got somebody who speaks French to direct those people. It's not like the one director,
or they have a super director knowing all the languages.
It seems unlikely, but it's just really impressive. It's just one stupid thing about the show though, but that's sort of down to the story, is that these people, they obviously don't understand each other, and instead of pointing at the potato and saying potato and then putet, you know.
You.
Instead, they just talk to each other as if they understand each other. Like they're not, and they don't though. But like the French person will be like, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" Or whatever. Or like, "I'm going up on deck to check on Roger." And the other person who speaks Danish is just like looks at them blankly, like, "I have no idea what you just said." Like they don't even try to like, you know, use gestures to make themselves understood. It's just so strange. But
okay, I will watch it.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I think they're in limbo. That's what I think. Yeah, good show.
Lol.
Good stuff.
Good. Yeah.
Maybe recommendation of the day.
Yeah, Ishaman and I were watching Lost. We're now at the end of season 4. And he's like, "What is happening? Oh my god, oh my god." And I'm like sitting there like, "Oh, I can't wait for season 5.
Are you doing that thing where you're, instead of watching the show, you're looking at him to see his reaction?
Yeah, because it's his first Lost.
He's a virgin Lost.
Yeah, and I've been watching it for all the years. And season 5 is my favorite.
Which vegetable is that?
That is when they are moving the island.
Oh, right. Is that before or after the hatch?
After.
Well, I mean, it's after the hatch.
Is season 2.
Oh, really? But do they leave the hatch in season 2, or are they the hatch is?
Oh my god!
In
you need to watch it again.
It's been a while since I watched it. Apparently. Is that before? Okay, no wait. Is that before or after the village?
After.
Oh, okay. Well then, it's been a while since I watched it.
It's been a while.
But season 1 and 2 are the best. Like I thought it got a bit silly after that. You know?
1 and 2 are so strong, and then it's like. But my favorite season is season 5. Season 5.
Season 5.
Season 5 is so good.
Okay, so good. I believe you. Because I like Desmond in the hatch. He's funny. Good
See
guy.
You in another life, brother.
Yeah, the high quality guy. Because I like all the stuff when you're just hearing their stories and you see like how they're all interconnected secretly.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know,
my favorite character is Mr. Albert.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. You don't remember anything.
What about the like original people who crash landed people?
Season 1 favorite character, Jack and Sawyer, and actually Locke.
Not
tragic
Jack.
Backstory. He has the worst tragic backstory.
But he's so selfish and so lame.
But he's a very interesting person.
No, he isn't. He's just annoying. Like when he does all those things to like he drugs people and leaves them in the jungle to see how they react. It's just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he does a lot of stupid things, but he's an interesting character and he gets such a strong actor.
Well, sure, but he is not a very fun guy. I don't like at first I really like Claire, but then the more
I never liked her.
Claire's the less I like her.
I don't know why, but I never really liked Claire. I mean, she's a good gal, but
high quality gal.
Yeah, but she's not very interesting. Her story arc isn't very profound.
I like Jin too and Son. They're cute.
Oh yeah, I love them. I love them.
I love them.
Jin and Saeed and Hugo. Freaking
Saeed is just like so like he's gonna triangulate the signal to the French woman. Triangulate. That's all he talks about for 2 seasons.
That's like episode 1 of season 1.
Ooh, and Michael, who's like where's my son? Where's my son? Where's my son? For like 3 seasons, he's just like, Walt, where's my son? Where's my son? It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And you know, I watched a different, like, I think it was a movie with the same actor in it, and he was looking for his son, and I was like, is this the only character you know how to play?
That's all he does. Still looking for his son.
He's still looking for Walt. But he just goes running into the jungle. Walt! You know,
right?
I'm just like, I'm so over it. It's just, it gets so boring so fast.
Find him already.
Yeah.
Cute.
Well, they do find him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Spoiler alert, they do find him.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Lost is good for anybody who hasn't seen it though.
Well, for the
How
most
many seasons is there?
6.
Okay.
The Oceanic 6. Kidding. For the most part of this podcast episode, we have recommended a lot of things that people are gonna watch and look at. Oh my
Instead
god.
of listening to Diskydisk, you could be watching good stuff right now.
Cute. Yeah. We're giving you assignments for next week's episode.
Yeah.
So everybody feedback for all the things that you have watched.
You can watch probably the entirety of 1899 in less
I
than a
want
week.
feedback on North Sentinel Island, just saying.
Yeah, feedback
from last what do you think? What do you think of it? Basically.
Everyone's just gonna be like, it's very interesting. That's the feedback.
And someone is gonna be like, I stand with the tiny hats. It's not very impressive.
Well, impressive and interesting aren't the same thing.
But impressive things are interesting. But whatever.
Well, sometimes anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next topic then. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Are we gonna transition so I can get some snoozies?
Okay, transition.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
Can we do one educational disc?
Can we talk about whales for a second? I thought about that when I was...
You think about that regularly?
I do think about... Actually, I do.
Okay.
So I think in one of the first episodes of Diskydisk, we talked about nightmares, and I said how I always have nightmares about whales coming up under me when I'm swimming in the sea, and then they go down and it drags me down into the deep, and it's scary.
I don't remember you saying that.
Well, okay, anyway, not really the point. The point is, there are so many documentaries about whales, right?
Yeah.
Do you like whales? How do you feel about the
Yeah,
ocean?
I love it.
How do you feel about the ocean?
How do you like it?
I love whales.
They know stuff that we don't know. Jesus.
They do. It's true. And they have so like it's so this is like the most non-interesting topic ever. But like one thing that I find really like fun the thing about whales is like when you watch a documentary about whales and it's like the very zen narrator will be like, here is the blue whale. She is completely protecting her calf from blah 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 whatever. And like you see,
that's how it goes.
That was me pretending to be David Attenborough. Anyway, and then you see this whale in the ocean. You have no you can't, without a banana next to it, you can't tell how big it is. It's crazy. They're so big. That's what she said.
Without a banana next to it.
Yeah.
A banana, that is the way of scaling things.
Yeah, banana for scale.
Banana for scale.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are big. They can be pretty big. And we don't know shit about the ocean.
They sing beautiful songs to each other.
They do. They have their own language, just like North Sentinel Island.
They can always make your way back to North Sentinel Island.
I'm making my way back to the island. Yeah, my favorite island.
Yeah. And also, not really, I mean, Wales, sort of not Wales, but echolocation. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, yeah.
You use sound to bounce off other things, and then with that, you know where something is. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bats do that too.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Where do they get this from? It's impressive.
How does that work, actually?
How does birds know exactly where to fly when they are migrating from place to place?
Well, I think that's probably because their parents brought them there.
They use the magnetism of the earth and the poles, I know, but what the hell?
Okay, here is what Google says about how does echolocation work. To echolocate, bats send out sound waves from the mouth or nose. When the sound waves hit an object, they produce echoes. The echo bounces off the object and returns to the bat's ears. Bats listen to the echoes and figure out where the object is, how big it is, and its shape. How though?
The Pokemon Zubat.
That was my first impression also.
Zubat.
Zubat.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I wish I could echolocate, you know?
You can try.
Why can't you not learn to echolocate though? Like blind people. Just in a room, they could just go, whoop, and then they know where the chair is. Don't you think? That would be
and you? You have heard about blind people developing better hearing all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, but that makes sense. When one sense fails,
so I think it's a branch from just adapting.
This is gonna sound stupid, but
okay, more stupid than anything else.
Probably. Do deaf people get better vision? Let's Google it.
Deaf. It's no questions are bad.
Better.
As we say.
Oh, when I typed do deaf people have, the thing that came up is an inner voice, and that's also very interesting. Like, that
is interesting.
Like, what do you hear, squiggly fingers, inside your head if you can't hear?
Assuming that you were born like that.
Yeah, well, obviously. Yeah. And the same with blind people. What do you see in, like, if you have something described to you, you can understand what it looks like, or color or whatever. Because I know that's the thing, because I watched videos, like, there are some vloggers on the internet who are blind. But, like, what do you actually, like, do you see anything inside your mind?
Oh, yeah. I think you do.
Okay, but how? If you don't know how to see, how can you see? You know? I
think maybe you see when you're talking to a person, maybe you, well, of course, if you have hands, you have touched a human being.
What if you're blind and you don't have hands? What happens then?
Then maybe you think of people as shapes. If I was talking to you, you are a square shape in my brain.
You think I'm square?
I don't know, but I think shapes is something that we just know.
I would prefer to be a triangle, but anyway. I mean,
triangulate that signal.
Yeah, triangulate. Yeah, find the French woman.
I don't know how we done is there done research on this?
I mean, probably. I assume. This seems like the first thing you'd ask if you meet somebody who's deaf or blind.
Have you heard about that woman that was deaf and blind? And
Helen Keller?
Yeah, super smart and wrote books.
Yeah, she's pretty famous. You know?
Yeah, how did that happen?
Wait, didn't she like sit next to like a water? There was like a thing that let water out, and she felt the water, and there was some because I've read her book. At some point, there's something about water, like she felt running water or something, and then she had an epiphany or something. Citation needed.
That was really good. That was good. Google it.
Okay.
And now I'm intrigued.
How did Helen Keller write?
But imagine her world. No sounds, no vision.
How Helen Keller learned to write. Let's find
She
out.
would communicate with touch only, I think.
That's impressive, to be honest.
By tapping, touch only, I think.
Helen Keller, blah, blah, blah. This is a fucking article, so they're telling her life story. Blah, 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 blah. This is too long. Too long, didn't read. How did Helen Keller write books? Everybody wants to tell her life story first. Blah, blah, blah.
Very good.
She wrote 12 books.
Yeah, how? By tapping motions?
And she was accused of plagiarism. How?
That is ridiculous. Where would she get her information? Oh my god, take that back. Plagiarism. I mean, oh my god, no, that is just not happening.
Wait, how did she graduate? How did she learn to read and write?
She's the original for whatever she wrote. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Maybe her co-writer did it.
Oh, I know. Oh, she learned Braille and finger spelling, but that doesn't make any. But how did that work? Like, even if she like wrote
finger spelling, that is what I thought.
But even if she wrote a K inside her, finger, how is she gonna understand the meaning of the thing that was drawn?
How did they even invent the language when they couldn't communicate to her? Yeah, that is interesting.
Braille typewriter, like that's how did she write books? Braille typewriter, fair enough, but how did she learn Braille?
Yeah, I know, right? How did she? Wow.
How did Google
That's
this?
Just
how did
extraordinary, though.
Keller learn to write?
Yeah.
With the help of her teacher Anne Sullivan, Keller learned the manual alphabet and could communicate by finger spelling. Within a few months of working with Sullivan, Keller's vocabulary had increased to hundreds of words and simple sentences. But how?
But how did you know what the words meant? You know?
How?
Wow.
Get it?
Impressive case. Maybe it was all a scam.
Wait, does anybody know? Like anybody in the comments? Like I know we have just learned she learned Braille and finger spelling and whatever. Fair enough. But how do you teach somebody who can't hear or see the meaning of a letter? If they can see, it makes sense. If they can hear, it makes sense. But if they can't do either, how do you type cat into somebody's hand and they understand that you're talking about a cat?
Yeah, I know, right? No, that is not the most complicated example that I can think of.
Well, maybe not.
I think objects is the easiest way.
Well, yeah, but like say the word
like
explain.
Feelings. Yeah, feelings.
Yeah. How do you explain to somebody who can't hear or see?
And the word extrapolate.
Yeah, stipulate.
Yeah, stipulate.
Yeah. How did we get from Wales to Helen Keller?
You were going to say something. No, I was going to say something. And then you said, can we talk about Wales for a second?
Okay.
I was going to say, is a sense of humor only a concept humans can grasp? We have that under educational disc.
Wait, hold on. Before we go into that.
Don't tell me it's more whale stories.
No, it's not more whale stories. But we talked about the thing like what does a blind person see inside their head? Was a deaf person hear inside their head? I don't remember what this is called. And I know you don't read books, but there is this thing where
I read one book.
You read one book, but if you read like a story or whatever, Cinderella story, you can. There are some people who read and can't form images in their head of what they're reading. You read a book you read a book about Sarah and she lives in an apartment and she goes to sit at her desk to write a story.
No imagination.
How does that work? Like you literally can't form an image in your head of Sarah and her desk. How does that work?
It's a part of the brain, obviously.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun. Like, what's the point of reading books if you can't imagine it?
You don't read books, you play video games. Duh.
Or watch 1899 on Netflix. It's very good. They invented the flashlight in 1899. By the way.
So do animals have a sense of humor? The short answer is no, but it also depends on how you define humor.
How do you know?
I Google
maybe they do.
I Google it. Yeah, I don't think Snorre has a sense of humor. He has no sense of humor.
How do you know? They could.
You also Google it, see what you can find.
Do animals like music? Have a
they
sense
do, some of them.
Do animals have a sense of justice, humor, self, morality, time, rhythm, taste, right and wrong?
Yeah, right and wrong. Absolutely, they have that.
Well, yeah, they learn that.
They learn that. Snorre likes to be petted and kissed.
Okay, between verbal jokes, slapstick comedy, and tickling, there are numerous reasons we laugh, but are humans the only species with a sense of humor? The short answer is no, but it also depends on how you define humor. Is this the article that you had? By any chance?
Yeah. Keep on reading.
For millennia, philosophers and psychologists have struggled to come up with an exact definition of what constitutes as humor. I mean, people falling on the ice is pretty funny. But
why is that funny?
Because it's just so funny. Oh, I saw this thing actually. You probably might have seen videos like this before, but there was a girl who was like walking in the mall with her husband, and she was like, if I stop, let's see how long it takes before my husband notices that I'm not walking with him anymore. And he literally walked like forward through the mall down and took the escalator down onto the first floor, and he was down like in the atrium downstairs before he looked around and realized she wasn't there.
But why is that funny?
It's how stupid you have to be to do that. But it's funny when they fall on the ice though.
Yeah, I know.
People falling is one of the funniest thing in the world. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't find it funny when people fall.
In our development was that something that we decided was beneficial for us?
I mean, is
it a way of coping? You know what? I use a sense of humor as a coping mechanism.
Let's Google it. Why is it funny when people fall over? Ever wondered why we laugh when we see someone fall? Yes.
Chimpanzees can make silent laughing faces just like humans.
This actually, the second reason is because it makes us feel good.
Yeah, it makes us feel good.
We find pleasure in other people's pain, apparently. Reason 3, we lack empathy with the victim.
Which is terrible. Dogs are also known to have a kind of panting laugh and play face that is suggestive to humor. What?
Okay. I watched my dog's my dog's dog. I watched my mom's dog learn something yesterday. Actually, it was funny.
Okay.
My uncle, she has a little Jack Russell Terrier. It's like a tiny dog, and because it was my mom's 70th birthday yesterday, so we were all drinking coffee. My uncle was sitting on a chair, and the dog came over, and he had like his collar, around his neck, and my uncle put his collar instead of around his neck, but like on his head above his ears, and the dog was just like, "Vat." He was just like, "What is happened? Don't understand," and tried to get it off, but he couldn't. And then my uncle took it off, and then he waited a little bit and put it back, and he was like, "Vat." And then eventually he figured out how to get it off, and it fell on the floor. And then he kept doing it, and every time he got better at getting it off. It was very impressive.
But dogs are super smart.
His brain cells, they were doing things. It's good.
Yeah.
That was a good story. Do you want me to tell again?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, sense of humor.
Next week.
That is super, super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think we developed a sense of humor?
I don't know.
I think it's a coping mechanism for all the tragic stuff, because our brains are so overdeveloped. We need something to land on.
I mean, it's sort of like saying, why do we have feelings?
For survival, obviously.
There are some people who don't have feelings, though, and they still survive.
But there are some feelings that are unnecessary, probably.
Do you still have a sense of humor if you can't feel feelings? Or is humor a feeling?
Google it.
It's funny a feeling.
It's funny a feeling. I feel it.
I don't think I'm going to Google that. I don't think Google's going to have any answers to that particular thing.
Remember when you were explaining how to Google something like, it was the travel speed of light or something? You were like, how do I Google that? How far as sort of if you're standing on Mars does. Like,
oh yeah, I do remember.
And Google always understands what you're meaning.
Google does always understand what you're meaning.
You can punch in anything and they're like, do you mean this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah.
That's exactly what I meant. Good job. Yep. I mean, YouTube does that too. I was looking for a video before of a girl. I can link this video. It's very funny. It's a girl dancing with her pregnant horse to a song about being a baby mama. And I searched YouTube for girl horse pregnant, which you'd think would lead somewhere else, but I found the video. I was looking for it. Girl horse pregnant.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah,
it.
Girl horse.
Okay, but do
pregnant.
cats have a sense of humor? Science is slowly coming around to acknowledging, wow, that animals have emotions.
It's obvious animals have emotions.
No, but like that is what comes up if I Google, do cats have a sense of humor?
Like Winston's coming over here now. Wait, he's coming over here now. And now when he jumps on my desk and wants attention and I put him down, he's gonna be sad.
Is it Winston?
Yeah.
Winston is the best boy.
He's the best boy. He's so cute.
He's so good.
He is good. It's true. He's a good boy. Very fluffy.
But no, I don't think that cats have a sense of humor.
I mean, how do you know?
Ishaman can be falling around all the time.
Well, maybe they don't have a human sense of humor, but maybe they think, like when Trixie and Nora interact with each other.
Yeah, they play.
Doesn't it ever seem like they think the other one is funny?
Trixie is like, Snorri, you're so funny. You're so funny.
We're stretching this topic very thin.
I know, we're stretching it. I like this topic. It's
Me
a good
too.
topic.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Okay, you choose the next topic since that was my topic.
Oh, okay.
We have medical disc, science disc, and educational disc. And we have temporary topics, and we have quick ones, and we probably also have some Am I the Assholes?
Oh, yeah, we do have Am I the Asshole? Let me find.
Yeah.
Let me find my assholes.
Let's do one Am I the Asshole?
Okay. I had 2, and I think one. Wait, or do I have 3?
You could start with 1. That's fine.
Oh, wait, I have one from last week, but it's kind of long and kind of sad, so I'm not sure we'd do that one. It's a bit serious, and I feel like we're not in the serious. We're not serious right now. Where did the other screenshot go?
But Diskydisk is an emotional roller coaster, remember?
Yeah, true.
Some episodes are like lol what, and then super serious, sad darkness, and then lol what.
Do you want to hear about badly dyed hair or embarrassing your child?
Embarrassing your child.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like it's not so much embarrassing your child, it's just being mean to your child. Okay. So, but whatever. Okay.
She's an asshole.
Yeah. Spoiler. Wait, let's do the hair dye one instead, though, because that was spoiler.
Okay.
Because this one, I feel like the one with the hair dye is a little bit more,
hair dye, as in hair coloring.
Yeah, like coloring your hair. Okay.
Cute.
Okay. Am I the asshole? My daughter dyed her hair badly and refuses to go to school. Okay. Can't believe this is happening, but here we go.
Sounds like Ingrid, Coco's sister.
I'm sorry if you're listening, Ingrid,
hello,
but
we love
that was
you.
funny. Yeah. Okay. I didn't mean to laugh like that. I'm sorry.
Go on.
Wait, Winston, go down. Winston! You tipped everything. Can you go away?
Winston is cute. He has a sense of humor. He's laughing at you right now.
But he spilled my drink, so that's not funny. Winston!
How do you know he's not thinking that is funny?
Well, I don't think he's funny because now he's licking his leg like he's offended with me that he got wet. I'm gonna have to get something to clean this up with because he spilled all over my desk. So, transition.
Okay, transition, everyone.
Be right back. Rip my life and my mouse mat. Okay. Crisis averted. Yeah. Okay. Where was I?
Hair dye.
Oh, okay. Daughter dyed her hair badly and refuses to go to school. Can't believe this is happening, but here we go. My daughter, who's 14, has always been naturally blonde. However, the last few months, brown hair has been coming through her roots. She has asked us if she can dye it earlier, but this month. But this month we said yes, but only if it was done professionally. An appointment was booked for the 8th of February, a very popular salon with good reputation, meaning long wait times, but it's been being done right. This is very poorly written. Reasons for this is both her and her sister and my wife have very sensitive scalps. Last time, our older daughter used an at-home kit and it went badly wrong. Doctors kind of wrong.
Badly wrong. Wow.
Okay. Youngest daughter was happy with this and agreed to wait. But this weekend went out with her friends and bought an at-home kid dyeing her hair at her friend's house without any adult assistance. Well, now it's orange. We offered to buy a brown or black kit to cover it until her appointment, but she screamed she is a blonde, not brunette, and hasn't really left her room since. She is refusing to go to school until we fix it, squiggly fingers. I said I don't have have a magic hair fixing spell, and the choice is to go dark for 3 weeks or put up with the orange color. We phoned the salon, but they cannot move up the appointment, but will contact in case of a cancellation. So Reddit, am I the asshole for sending my daughter to school with self-inflicted orange hair?
The age of 14 is such a tough year. Such a tough year.
Difficult
Socially,
year.
Structurally, school-wise.
Structurally?
I don't know. I'm just making things up.
Okay.
It's a terrible year. I understand her. It's embarrassing.
Okay.
What if she gets bullied?
Then she shouldn't have dyed her hair at home.
Another thing is that the only hair salon in the city ever?
How are you not more concerned with the fact that her parents are gonna take her to a professional salon to have her hair dyed at 14?
Yeah, what the hell? I did not get that.
Same.
Lord. I was the one with the orange hair.
Yeah, same at one point. So, I mean, I think they probably shouldn't take their 14. I mean, I'm not saying don't take your 14-year-old daughter to the, hairdresser, but like, why? It's expensive to dye your hair at the hairdresser too.
I know.
Why don't they just say, shut the fuck up, your hair is growing brown at the roots, deal with it. .jpg.
We had to deal with it. We experimented so much. We lost our hair and all of that.
Fucking Gen Z, am I right?
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking Gen Z.
Oh god, there are a few edits here if you want some more information. They have provided more information since they posted this. Would you like to hear them?
Yeah,
if that will maybe change your decision. Okay, edit 1. To be clear, it has been mentioned a few times, the brown/brunette option was a temporary color, not a permanent, so it'd wash out in a few weeks, because obviously how is it going to help to dye your hair brown?
Yeah, and then blonde again,
and then blonde is going to make it even worse. Yeah.
Okay,
and then the second edit is about how they've tried different salons, but there aren't any. But then this thing, we have tried other salons as well. However, these have similar wait times. One can fit us in earlier, the 25th of January. But honestly, their Google reviews are a very mixed bag. 2 stars out of 5, so we're not overly confident with that one. So not only are they taking their 14-year-old daughter to a hair salon to get her hair professionally dyed because her roots are getting a little brown because she's getting older and your hair color changes as you grow up. But they're also taking her presumably to an expensive one.
Yeah.
What?
I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
Like
okay, and then they tried silver shampoo, but it didn't really work. And their daughter had a tantrum, and now she's definitely refusing to go to school. And they laughed at her, but that didn't help either. So
that definitely doesn't help. Yeah.
But I think the kid's the asshole. She's so spoiled. She was like, fix it. But she did it herself. She dyed her hair. Oh my, turned orange, and she's like, fix it. I think she's spoiled.
We went to school with our terrible hairs.
We did.
Yeah,
self-inflicted.
What is
in Norwegian we say "saljort er valgjort."
Yeah,
which means...
when you do it yourself, it's for. How do you even translate that?
What you do to yourself is what you get.
Yeah.
Like when you do something yourself, you can't complain to other people that thing happened because you did it.
Yeah.
Lol. When you've made your bed, now lie in it. That's the English expression.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do some quick ones before we wrap it up?
I love quick ones.
Okay. What song, if any, has a special meaning to you and why?
There's this song that me and Patrick like to listen to about long distance relationships before we move together. It's very cute.
Okay, what is that?
It is called something.
You don't even know.
It's called... What is it called? Wait, let me Google it.
Okay, my special song is Holding Me Up by Dandy Warhols. Has always been. Don't know why.
Why?
Because it's so psychedelic. I don't know. I get into a super music trance by that.
What the fuck is this song called? Hold on. Let me think. I can hear it in my head, but I don't remember what it's called. I will report back. It's a song about being in a long distance relationship. It's very cute.
Okay, another one. You pick one.
They're also bad.
Yeah, but we need to get rid of this quick
I
ones
know.
list.
Wait, wasn't there a thing? Where did that go? Or have we already done that one? How can you tell if someone
we do
has
this one.
Well, no, wait. No, how can you tell if someone has a sense of humor, especially your cat?
Yeah. What is your answer to that?
If they laugh at people who fall down.
I can tell immediately if someone has a sense of humor.
Okay. How?
Because I just spit out something and I see if it hits. And if it doesn't hit, you don't have it.
But that is according to you.
Yeah,
what did the
according
fish say?
to me,
What
yeah.
has happened to the brick wall? Down.
I have a dry sense of humor. I love it. Okay, so what's your fondest memory of high school?
Ugh.
High school? I mean, we don't even have that. So school in general.
Well, high school, I guess, is like,
I have one memory.
Okay.
And it was in 6th grade, I think. And we had a Christmas advent calendar in our class.
Okay.
You were in the class because
I don't remember this, but carry on.
We have we opened one.
Yeah, I know what a Christmas calendar is, but I don't remember
every day.
This. Okay.
And in one of the notes, it said Irene is gonna bring the Pokemon movie.
Okay.
And I was not at school. I was late. Maybe I was at the dentist or something, but I arrived late. And I walked past the windows and everyone was staring at me. And I walked into the classroom and apparently someone in the classroom said, let's everyone clap when she arrives. And I went into the classroom and everyone clapped because I brought the Pokemon movie.
Excellent.
And I felt so good.
That sounds like a good time. Speaking of memories from school, actually, yesterday at my mom's birthday, my parents, all they do when they get together with like family members or whatever is just gossip about people and talk about the location of certain buildings and who's married to who. Yeah, but anyway, they were trying to explain, where, or my aunt and uncle were trying to explain where their cabin is, which is, Blåfjell on the other side towards Gråfjord on the other side on the non-mainland. Anyway, do you remember when we were in school?
Yeah.
We went to this place called Vilgesvari, which is like a Sami museum / camp. And I was like, they said, haven't you gone there on school trip? I was like, I don't know. And then they like explained what it was. And I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. It was like a little hike. And then you go to like a place that was like, Lavo, like tents, like Sami tents.
The Blue Mountain. Yeah. That is where you had the bird in your pocket. We found the bird and you put it in your pocket and it was hurt.
What?
I'm not even joking.
Was it hurt because I put it in my pocket or was it already hurt?
It was already hurt and you put it in the pocket and it was a big pocket. And we were not telling the teachers about it.
What the fuck? I did not remember this. I just remember going there and seeing tents and we got to use knives to make
and we found
sticks sharp.
Frogs and we did bow and arrow shooting.
True, I do remember that actually.
Yeah, and they had some chocolates for sale in their little cabin. And I bought a new energy chocolate.
Very good. How do you remember this stuff? What happened to the bird, more importantly?
I don't know.
How do you remember these things? I don't remember a bird.
You picked it up and put it in your pocket.
Weird thing to do. What did we do with it?
I don't know. We were trying to be good people. I don't know.
What kind of bird was it? Like a little bird?
Like super little. Like the brownish little small beak.
Okay. Cute.
That was super random. I remember something, including you.
That's crazy. I did not remember putting a bird in I barely remember going there because I was like, I don't know, no. And they were yeah, you did.
I remember it.
But apparently that place is called Vilgesvari or something. And
I want to go there again.
You can. It's still there.
Oh,
maybe you'll find a bird. You can put it in your pocket.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember anything, if you have noticed.
This was probably in 5th grade.
You were in our class when we went to leirskole. What is that called? Like went to camp. Yeah.
Camping for a week, I think.
I barely remember any of that either.
School camp. Yeah, you got a boyfriend.
I know.
Kissing and dancing.
Kissing and dancing. We were like, how old were we? 7th grade?
12. We were like 12.
In 7th grade, you're not 12.
Yeah.
No, because you're 15.
Depends
13.
on when your birthday is.
You're 13, 12, 13. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, good stuff.
And you found a boy from another school. And
do you know that
at the last day of that camp, we were dancing and you kissed.
Beautiful. Did you know that guy?
And the teachers made fun of you the next day.
Good. They should. Did you know that guy, like a few years ago, was on Paradise Hotel?
That guy that you kissed?
Yeah.
Amazing.
He really was. You could see him on TV. He was voted out really quick because nobody liked him. But he was on Paradise Hotel. It's true. Paradise Hotel, for everybody who's not Norwegian, is it's like if you've seen X on the Beach or like those shows, like reality shows with really dim people who just want to party and drink and have sex. It's like that, but a Norwegian version.
Wow. What else do you remember from that camp trip?
We went fishing. We saw actually.
Oh,
remember.
I stepped on an urchin.
Wait, we have talked about this before that you stepped on an urchin. I think I remember we've had this conversation before on Diskydisk. Actually, we went and we in a boat and we saw the place where they filmed Fondest. I remember that.
Yeah, the farm.
It's like my prevailing memory. And we went into some caves, and there was this one boy from the other school who was Russian, and everybody bullied him, and it was really mean.
Oh.
And then Gina made friends with him, and it was good.
Wow.
They went to school actually together when they.
It's like a Lost episode. Everyone is interconnected.
But when she in her third year of high school, she went on like an exchange program to Russia, and she met that guy again, and they became friends. Good stuff.
Okay, that wraps up Diskydisk for this
week.
That
was it for now.
The bird in the pocket.
I hope the bird was okay. I hope he told the teachers eventually.
I think, and I have a feeling. I don't remember because it's so long ago.
I hope it didn't die in my pocket. That would be a bit sad.
I think we had to release it at one point. Maybe one of the girls in the class were like ratting us out.
Probably. I know exactly who.
She has a bird in the pocket.
Imagine a thing to say. He has a bird in a pocket. Oh no.
Oh no, we wanted to save the bird.
Bird in pocket. Okay. That was it for Disc.
Thank you so much for listening. Please rate us.
And leave your comments down below.
Pretty good.
Join the Discord to see a lot of videos about people.
Yeah. Okay, we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.